The Dunkerque class was a pair of fast battleships built for the French Navy in the 1930s. The two ships were Dunkerque and Strasbourg. They were the first French battleships built since the Bretagne class of pre-World War I vintage, and they were heavily influenced by the Washington Treaty System that limited naval construction in the 1920s and 1930s. French battleship studies initially focused on countering fast Italian heavy cruisers, leading to early designs for small, relatively lightly protected capital ships. Dunkerques have sometimes been referred to as battlecruisers. After entering service, Dunkerque continued her training program, though she was now included in exercises with the rest of the squadron. She and Strasbourg formed France's first division of the line before WW2. The two ships searched for German commerce raiders early in the war, and Dunkerque escorted convoys as well. The ship was crippled during the British attack at Mers el-Kabir after the fall of France, but she was refloated and partially repaired to return to Toulon for comprehensive repairs. Dunkerque was scuttled in November 1942 to prevent her capture by the Germans. She was soon seized and partially scrapped by both the Italians and the Krauts and remained in Toulon until she was stricken in 1955. The last parts of Dunkerque was scrapped in 1958. Dunkerque acts as a high-speed battlecruiser designed to counter German heavy cruisers. The ship had good torpedo protection, carried numerous dual-purpose guns, and had powerful horizontal armor. Dunkerque at Tier 6 and her sister ship, Strasbourg at Tier 7. The two ships are almost identical, which raises concerns on balance. The all-forward gun arrangement helps keep new players safe, mitigating the need to expose the ship's broadside in order to maximize firepower. Their long range also helps keep new players safe. Dunkerque may not appear to have impressive DPM, but she is more likely to be able to fire all of her guns than most other battleships, especially while under fire herself. Her all-forward gun arrangement allows her to maximize her firepower while still maintaining a defensive nose-in aspect. Though Dunkerque has an average HP pool for her tier, she is severely let down by her lightly protected hull. French battleship dispersion is one of the worst in the game currently. Compared to other BBs, Dunkerque carries fewer guns that deal less damage than her peers, resulting in having the weakest broadside salvo at her tier. She compensates for this by having one of the fastest reload of all T6 BBs, as well as her unique all-forward turret arrangement. She can use all of her guns while presenting a narrow bow-in profile to the enemy. On the other hand, cunning enemies can take advantage of Dunkerque's inability to fire directly astern. Dunkerque and Strasbourg are exceedingly soft-skinned and highly vulnerable to fire. She has high shell velocity and absolutely high penetrating guns. Among most battleships at her tier, she fires faster than most of all. Her turrets turn quickly in a tier where most battleships are still dreadnoughts. She has relatively good range for this tier. The best play with these ships is to not get hit in the first place, exercising their long range to make themselves a less appealing target. Anchoring one side against a piece of island cover is also a good practice, if only to mitigate flanking fire from enemy battleships from across the map. Limiting the angles of attack against these vessels is paramount to keeping them safe.
Cible pénétrée. Tir de précision activé. Beau travail. Nous avons touché l'ennemi. L'ennemi a subi de lourds dégâts. Touché. Joli touché l'ennemi. Des torpilles. Notre équipe est sur le point de gagner. Tir de précision activé. Beau travail. Torpille ennemie repérée. Notre équipe est sur le point de gagner. Cible touchée.